Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Merciless. Not only that, but this is the McFarlane Toys Store exclusive Gold Label Patina variant. Merciless was originally released as a Build-A-Figure in the Dark Knight's Metal line. Merciless is essentially a Batman and Ares hybrid of Earth -12. This is the Patina variant. It looks like worn metal, which is very appropriate as his entire suit is made of metal. There are people out there that weren't able to complete Merciless, as it was a long time ago, and those figures are kind of hard to get nowadays, so it's pretty cool to give people another crack at it, even if it's a little different. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, this is part of the Gold Label collection. A Gold Label figure is simply a retailer exclusive, whether it be Target or Walmart. This particular Gold Label is a McFarlane Toys Store exclusive. DC, Batman logo, Merciless of Earth -12, Patina edition. McFarlane Toys, authenticated limited edition to 5,700 pieces. One side, Merciless, Earth -12. Other side is pretty blank. At the back, here's the figure posed up, looking pretty cool. At the bottom, we have a bunch of credits, and there's his barcode. So this is one of McFarlane's deluxe figures. It's got the outer sleeve here. Go ahead and pull that off and expose the figure. So with no further ado, let's open him up. All right. Now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. He comes with a display stand, a collector's card, a display stand for his collector's card, and a sword. But before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Merciless, and not only that, this is the Patina variant. Patina is sort of a word to describe old, worn metal. This guy has a metal suit, so I guess this is an old, worn version of him wearing a suit, or just a suit somewhere. Either way, it looks pretty cool. The paint job is excellent. They totally achieved the goal they were going for. Now, like I said, this is Merciless. He's from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline. On Earth -12, Ares managed to create a helmet that would amplify his powers 100-fold. After learning of this, Batman and Wonder Woman vowed to slay the god and destroy his helmet. Wonder Woman and Batman were involved in a 2-year war against Ares. They finally confronted him. It seemed as if he killed Wonder Woman. Then Batman took the helmet and used it to kill Ares, but the helmet corrupted him. And it turned out Wonder Woman was not dead when she came back and tried to help Batman remove the helmet. He chose to kill her instead of give up that power, thus becoming Merciless, corrupt version of Batman, just one of many evil Batman and other Justice League heroes, sort of hybrids for the Dark Knight's Metal. They all have a very interesting story. So, let's take a look. So like I said, this is the Patina variant done in the sort of old worn metal. We got some of the blue, some of the sort of copper look to it. Now here's that helmet that Ares had that made his power that much stronger. But this is Bruce Wayne underneath wearing this suit. You can see he has a sort of Batman symbol in the chest. Big giant shoulder pads are going to get out of the way, not hurt the articulation. You can see the different texturing on the different parts of the suit. It's almost like sort of chainmail armor underneath all these extra bulky pieces. It looks fantastic. Got the red eyes you can see through there. Let's go further down. Got a skull in the belt, some chains hanging down. Looks like single jointed elbow. Looks like single jointed knee as well. Now, I personally do prefer the regular version, but that was released a long time ago, and that wave is really hard to come by now. So I imagine people that don't have Merciless are happy to have another chance at it, even though it's not quite the standard version. And a closer look at his face, helmet, and head sculpt. Now I'm pretty sure this is the helmet that Ares used to wear, although maybe it has been customized a little bit. There are bat wings on it. Can't imagine that's what it looked like on Ares, but I don't know. The sculpt, fantastic. Paint job, excellent. And the bat ears, they're not very delicate. Now the original Merciless was a Build-A-Figure, and I was curious, is this guy a little more sturdy, or can he come apart just as easily as a Build-A-Figure, which isn't really easy or anything. So, take him, take his shoulder, yep, it pops out pretty easily. So it's the exact same figure, just repainted and re-released as one individual, sort of larger deluxe figure. Now for his accessories, let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane display stand, but this one is done in sort of a copper color. It has the Wonder Woman and Batman hybrid logo at the bottom. Very thin, very basic. Now for his collector's card. As you can see, It's an image of Merciless Patina edition. On the back, certificate of authenticity. This is number 2,899 of 5,700. And you can put the collector's card into a display stand. If you want to display that next to your figures, there you go. Not really something that interests me. Now for a sword. This is probably Ares' sword. It's done in the copper color. It's got green underneath and all the different sculpting here. Handle looks pretty good as well. Here it is, next to the sword that came with the original Merciless. Different paint job. A little bit of a simpler paint job. And here's Merciless holding that sword. Now I wanted to check out this Patina variant of Merciless next to the original release to see if there are any differences. There are no sculpting differences. It's the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, just a different paint job. So let's take a look. Starting with their faces here, they both have the red eyes. They both look really good. The paint job is just very well done for the Patina variant, but I do prefer the original one. Now the biggest difference that I notice is the original one has a sort of Batman and Wonder Woman logo there. The new one, it has it there, but it's not painted on there, so it just looks like a Batman logo. The paint job, a lot better on this guy as far as we have the skull, the chains painted a totally different color, little cloth here. The cloth should not be done in a metallic paint job on him. They could have done a better job making that a little different. Sure, his suit can be worn, but that part would not change like that. Even a little fur up here, it's gray on him. It's just done in the patina color. They did do an excellent job just getting all that sort of, it's not rust exactly, just a worn metal, different colors. I can imagine maybe someone defeats Merciless, throws a suit, it's buried or underwater in many, many years. Someone digs it out, it looks like this. Still, they're both really cool. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right at about 8.3 inches tall, which you can translate to 21 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the bat ears, about 9 inches tall. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head, it can rotate from side to side. You can't really get it to do more than that. Looks up and down, barely in it at all either. Pretty limited there, mostly because of that armored collar. The shoulder pads have a ball joint. They'll completely move out of the way. The shoulders themselves, and mine are very tight. Goes about 90 degrees. Ball joint in there. Up, down, around. He's got this butterfly joint here in his shoulder area. Increase the range of motion and covering that large gap. Looks like no bicep cut. Single jointed elbow goes in a little bit less than 90 degrees with rotation. His wrist can rotate and it looks to be hinged as well. In his torso, he's got a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back, barely at all. In his waist, he's another ball joint, rotate around, forward and back, a lot more in the waist. I'm getting a lot more articulation out of the waist than the torso on this guy. Legs, complete of splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation. It's decent on him. Minimal, but there. The legs go forward. Really not very much. His knees, single jointed with rotation. Then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt rock, and of course, toe articulation. And here's McFarlane's Batman and Wonder Woman on a rooftop, engaged in combat against Merciless. And then here's a look at both versions of Merciless, Patina, and the original. Which one do you guys like better? Drop me a line in the comments below. Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other McFarlane Toys Store exclusive Patina variants. Here's Merciless, next to the first Patina variant. This was Superman in his Unchained Armor Patina variant. And here he is, next to the Patina variant of Superboy Prime. Here are all of the McFarlane DC Multiverse DC Patina variants they've made. We have 3 of them. I personally have no idea what the next one is. I would love to see Batman in his Hellbat armor getting this treatment. And here he is, next to Cygor. This is a Patina variant from the Spawn line. So, It looks like they're doing this with other McFarlane lines, and I think that's pretty cool. The Cygor looks cool, but doesn't have that much armor on him. So here are all the different patina variants McFarlane has made. I could see them going real hard with the Warhammer line. So Merciless here is Bruce Wayne, an evil version of Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse. He's essentially a hybrid of Batman and Wonder Woman, although actually it's more of a hybrid of Batman and Ares. In this story, Batman was in love with Wonder Woman, but chose the ultimate power of Ares and corruption over his love with her. Here's Merciless, next to the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs is also an evil Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse, one of many that emerged from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline. And here he is, next to the rest of the Dark Knight's Metal evil Batman team. We have the Drowned, Devastator, Merciless, the Batman Who Laughs, Murder Machine, Red Death, and Dawnbreaker. Each one of these are Bruce Wayne for their corresponding different Earth negative from the multiverse. Each one has a very unique story. Each one turned evil, was corrupted, and works with the Batman Who Laughs. And here he is, next to the extended Dark Knight's Metal team. These are all Bruce Wayne from their different Dark Multiverse Earths. On the left side, we have Batrocidus, and on the right, the Grim Knight, Darkfather, and the Robin King. And even the Batmobeast here is another evil Bruce Wayne from one of the Dark Multiverse Earths. Here's Merciless, next to the original Build-A-Figure wave that built the first Merciless. This is based off the Dark Knight's Metal. We have the Dark Knight's Metal Batman, the Infected Superman, the Sky Tyrant version of the Batman Who Laughs, and then the Robin Crow, and they made 3 different variations of him. Now let's check him out. Next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Target exclusive Flashpoint Wave, collector build Cyborg. And here he is, next to some Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark figures. We have the Infected Batman, Titan Joker, Swamp Thing, and John Stewart Green Lantern. Then, next to some Entertainment Earth exclusive figures, we have the Blacklight figures on the left, and the Sketch figures on the right. And now, next to the second wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and the Platinum Chase variants of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. Here's Merciless, next to the Injustice 2, Superman, and Brainiac. There's a Platinum Chase version of Brainiac out there. I'm on the hunt for one. If anybody has a lead, or knows where I can get one, please drop me a line in the comments below. And here he is, next to the Last Night on Earth, Batman vs. Omega 2-pack. Then, next to the Dark Knights of Steel Batman, and both versions of the Jim Gordon Batman. And now, next to Batman Beyond vs. Justice Lord Superman 2-pack. Here he is, next to both versions of the Santa Batman. And here he is, next to the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Black and White accent Joker and Martian Manhunter. Then, next to a couple more McFarlane Toy Store exclusive figures, we have the Interrogation Room Joker and Catman. And finally, next to the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom movie wave. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you know which lines you can mix it with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, next to some Jakks Pacific and some DST or Diamond Select toys, here's Merciless, next to a couple of Granny Smith apples. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and some NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, next to some Mezco and some Mattel DC figures. Then, with some Mafex and some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, next to some SH Figure Arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this is an awesome Merciless figure. The original figure was fantastic, big, giant, bulky. He was even taller than Devastator, and that was a disappointment back in the day. Now, I prefer the regular version because it's comic accurate and that's how it looks in the comics, but this variant is very nice looking. They really handled the patina sort of touch in a very nice way. The copper, the teal, the sort of shading in between, the blending, all very well done. My only real complaints would be the fur on the back and then his sort of loincloth thing. I'm not sure why they patinaed those things up. Still, his articulation, it's kind of limited. His accessory, it's just a sword. It's still pretty cool. And actually this one, I think, looks much cooler than the original. Sculpt and paint job, top notch. If I were to rate this figure, probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10. It's very nice, but it's also unnecessary. I much prefer the regular version, which is easily an 8 out of 10, although the articulation is a little bit limited. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.